As you all do know very well, we are going to engage ourselves in this discussion in this very important topic, very important subject. The former or the predecessor of Angela Kane, the High Representative of the UN for Disarmament Affairs, once said in Manila when we had a big conference preparing for 2010 review conference, and the newspapermen were asking for sound bites. He said, if we do not do anything about environment, very soon, maybe in 2, 3, 4 decades, the whole world may be a heap of garbage. And you notice that the engagement of civil society, of everybody, is so intense when you talk about environment. But if we do not do anything about nuclear arms, maybe by a flick of a second, by a flick of our fingers, we are all gone. That's the sound bites. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, friends, ladies and gentlemen, I will not say more. I will not say a lot of things because this is for our special guest to tell us something. I will just say a few words. One, long time ago, some time ago, I read a book by William G. Bennett about moral compass. Give us some perception of, we seem to know what is good, what is right, what is correct. But we may need sometimes a confluence, a collusion of bigger ideas, bigger people, informed people, so that we may be convinced what is supposed to be right. We should have it in ourselves. And that is the raison d'etre for what we are having now. The topic we are talking is nuclear arms. There is quite a lot of literature discussions on this and a lot of meetings. The last one being now happening. But as the Philippine delegation said in its statement 2 days ago, we are going to summon now these 3 elements of pillars maybe, the legal, the humanitarian, and the moral. Maybe something would come about it that we can push forward, and one day we see the light of the end of the tunnel, that we can all say that nothing will be hanging like a Damocles sword, that by a flick of a second we are all gone. So I would now yield to my co-chair, Jonathan Graham from the Global Institute. I know about many things about him and the good things he has done and his engagement in the subject, but I will be delaying the proceeding if I say a lot of things. So I would like to yield to him. Jonathan.
Thank you. Thank you. There it is. Thank you, Ambassador. This is a great honor. One of the great honors is to see this audience, and I just want to recognize in this audience one of the towering figures of our time, Ben Ferenz, who over here, he's 95. Now, why he is such a towering figure is that he was a prosecutor in Nuremberg, in which the moral standard of every individual and accountability of every individual was set forth as a principle in the international legal community. He was also instrumental in creating the International Criminal Court. But it is the moral inspiration that he has provided me that I wanted to recognize, and that's why I recognized you, sir. This issue of the moral compass is seminal to our time. I was struck most recently by the fact that over 90 officers in the missile base in Montana were either fired or severely disciplined. Actually, the entire chain of command was dismissed. Why? Because they cheated on their examination. Now, cheating on examinations isn't morally acceptable. But what the debate failed to address and what the media failed to address is what these examinations were for. They were testing their capacity their readiness, and their competencies to unleash destructive power which would end and extinguish forever human civilization. They manned 150 Minutemen missiles, each one being between 300 and 500 kilotons. That would constitute between 21 and 35 Hiroshimas per missile. That would end civilization. There was no debate on the moral compass. It is for that reason I believe this session is so important. There is a great need for a moral compass.